What's going on, everyone? Thanks for coming back to the channel. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been on here. I've had a lot going on, business, personal, cars, all the above. All right, everyone. So I have debated what to do on this steering on the front of my car. I've ran into problem after problem, trying to learn as I go. This bump steer, it's been kicking my butt. And finally, done a lot of research, done a lot of looking, trying to figure out everything, and I think I overthought it, and it was actually something pretty, I guess you'd say, simple. Let me show you. Alright, so let's back up and look at the car here, okay? So basically, from contact point to contact point of the tie rods from the steering rack, the total width is 61 inches, alright? That being said, my lower control arm from point to point right here is 19 inches. And the upper control arm from point to point is 17 inches. From what I've read and from what I understand, your tie rod should be around between your upper and lower control arm lengths. So that being said, 18 would be ideal. 18 inches, that's what she said. Anyway, so that being said, mine, right here, my tie rod, don't mind the wiring nightmare, gotta fix that too, goes all the way to the center, to the outside. Now, if you remember what I told you, it's about 61 inches from point to point, minus a little point in the middle, give or take a little bit, and they're about 29 inches long, each tie rod. Alright, so being a 29-inch tie rod, when it should be an 18-inch tie rod, you could see the problem. And so what I was trying to figure out is why I could get my car perfectly lined up, and then when I would go through the travel motion, my lower control arm and my tie rod links, let me see how they're decently parallel. It's going down a little bit on my tie rod, not much. It's hard to see with this. Let me try to turn on the light. So my tie rod's right there in the middle. So you can see, I mean, it's decent. It's not great. But when it would go through the motions, it would almost X, and that was horrible. I didn't realize that it was that big of a problem when I first did this and when we were trying to first figure it out. So what we have decided to do to make this work, and at least try before I spend a ton of money redoing the entire steering system, which will be hell, complete hell to try to do it. But if I have to, I will. I just really, really don't want to. Let me show you what we're going to do. So if you look down here, contact point, contact point. My steering rack is a center mount steering rack. And so basically where they contact, I'm going to bolt a bracket to where they contact on both ends that is roughly the width of my frame, the box frame. The reason is that's the contact point for the upper and lower control arms on both sides. So this is about 18 inches. If I do it around, give or take 20 inches, an inch out on each side to equate for the exact contact point of the upper and lower control, that should take care of it. Now that's going to be hell to try to build a bracket that bolts to it that allows my control arms to bolt to them. So it's actually going to be two parts. It's kind of like it's like a drag link, basically. That's the only thing I know to do without redoing the whole thing. And it might not work. It might, excuse me, it's late. It might work like crap. I don't know, but I'm going to have to try it before I spend an absurd amount of money redoing this. So we've got this pretty much figured out. Now let's talk about the nightmare that goes on with all the wiring. I mean, it's horrible. I'll just show you. It's zip tied all up, all runs over here. Finally got my battery mounted good, but I mean, it's just a rat's nest. It even looks worse in the video. But here's the thing. I was trying to make it look like an Atom as much as possible. Yeah. Had this cool little cluster I 3D printed. It was going to be real nice. Got my fuel tech on it. But that being said, God, I can't quit yelling. With that being said, it's a headache. It's in the way. The steering wheel's too close. Steering wheel is probably too big. It's just, there's a lot of negatives to it. And so I'll show you what we've decided to do. What we've decided to do is completely eliminate all this. The only thing that's going to be here is a little bracket that holds my fuel tech and my nano. So all this wiring outside of the nice little loom harness and the vacuum line will be gone. Everything will be gone. It will be on a custom harness I'm having built to work my headlights, tail lights, blinkers, and so let me show you the other part of it. We're going to do a nice tunnel, trans tunnel, a box trans tunnel. We're going to bend it. Got a metal brake right over there. So we're going to bend it, make it real nice, hide it, make it a true trans tunnel, and I'm going to have a cluster that comes right down through here with everything on it. Or not a cluster, but a bezel, I guess you would say. Like a dash, excuse me. It's going to be like a dash. I'm going to mount a little bracket on there. It's going to work perfect. It's my only option because I'm not a great wire. I'm not trying to be, it cost me a fortune and a lot of headache. And then trying to chase down problems. 3 little buttons. See all these little buttons? They're nice. They're really cool and all. But, you know, they're wired up real nice. But there's not a lot of room to wire up in here with the button. And unless you're amazing with a soldering iron and wiring and you want to spend 3 weeks on just doing the dash, cool. Not for me. And then if there's a problem, it's not easily fixed. And I want it to be easy. So all that's going bye-bye. Every bit of it. They make this nice little one. You see them on cross carts a lot. It's a little twist dial. It's got the blinker, the horn, lights, everything on one little point. That's exactly what mine's going to be. Easy peasy. Alright, so now that's all talked about and figured out. Next, I finally got me a new mount. Boom. The engine was torquing too much, so I had a factory front mount on it. So we decided to get this really nice mount to go. Let me show you. I zoomed a little too close. There we go. You'll like all my washers. Y'all can hate all you want. It's hard to see. There it is. Factory mount. The bolt's got a bunch of washers because, you know, it's the wrong length. Anyway. So getting rid of that thing because that factory rubber just moves around so much. So we're going to this really nice mount. That's taken care of. Now, next thing on the agenda. This sucks too. Look right here. Got me another little $100 Summit wastegate. But if you look around here, looks nice, looks nice, looks nice. Oh crap, there's a hole. Big old hole in my exhaust. I think it's from the vibration. I mean, it's a little exhaust, but this thing has so much vibration on the back because it's solid mounted. I think that's just the weakest point because it's got that O2 bung, and I think it's just wiggling a little bit, causing vibration. So, redoing my exhaust. I hate it because I love how it looks. I'm going to try to make one more patch on it, like a big patch that goes around it, kind of molded to it, and see if that'll work. But if it cracks again, I have to redo it. I think that's about it. So with all that, we got a bunch of work ahead of us. My goal is to have this thing back out in a week. I procrastinate really bad. I don't come out and work on it like I should, but there's a lot of things I want to do with it this year, and I'm tired of taking it out and having these small little stupid problems, and I'm just gonna make it right or not do it at all anymore. Gonna try to clean up a couple other things, my fuel lines, vent lines, stuff like that, as I do it. At first I just wanted to get it running, and I've been fortunate with things, throwing it together and it works, but at this level you can't throw stuff together. It'll kill you or catch something on fire or all the above. So we're gonna do it right. Anyway, if you enjoy the videos, give me a thumbs up, throw some comments in there. If y'all know anything about bump steer, hit me up, let me know. If you know any things about some suspension geometry that would give me a heads up, or some pointers, I mean, cool. And if you want to throw hate, that's fine too. You know, I'm learning, You know, this is a first, obviously, complete custom car, and if you don't like it, unsubscribe. I don't care. I'm just trying to show you what I've done and what I'm doing. But all in all, still a badass fast car. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Catch you later.